Good day, dear learners. Our lesson is about the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation. The value of the expression b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant of the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. The value can be used to describe the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation. It can be 0, positive and perfect square, positive but not perfect square, or negative. Consider the equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the roots are real, rational, and equal, or simply RRE. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0 and a perfect square, then the roots are real, rational, and unequal, or RRU. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0 but not a perfect square, then the roots are real, irrational, and unequal, or RIU. If b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then the roots are not real. Let us watch closely on the video.
Okay, so now we are going to determine the discriminant and the nature of the roots of x squared plus 10x plus 25 is equal to 0. So, ang formula natin para sa discriminant is actually the radicand of the quadratic formula. So, we have d, which is the discriminant, is equal to b squared minus 4ac. So, we need to identify kung ano ang value ng a, which in this case, the value of our a is 1. Then, our b is positive 10. And c is equal to positive 25. Okay? So, isa-substitute natin yung mga values na yan dito sa formula natin. So, we have d is equal to b squared. Our b is 10. So, 10 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 25. So, simplify natin. 10 square is actually 100. Then, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times 25. So, you have negative 100. So, subtract 100 minus 100. So, therefore, ang discriminant natin ay 0. So, if the discriminant is 0, therefore, the nature of our roots is real, rational, and equal. Okay? Okay, let us try x squared minus 2x minus 35 is equal to 0. So, identify ulit natin yung a. So, a is 1. Ang b naman natin ngayon is negative 2. And our c is negative 35. So, our discriminant is equal to d is equal to b squared minus 4ac. So, b is negative 2. So, you have negative 2 squared minus 4 times a times c, which is negative 35. So, simplify natin. Negative 2 square is positive 4. Then, we have negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times negative 35. So, we have positive 140. So, 4 plus 140 is 144. So, our discriminant is equal to 144. Since yung 144 is a perfect square kasi ang square root ng 144 is 12. Okay? So, therefore, ang discriminant natin is, ang nature ng roots niya is rather real, rational, pero hindi na siya equal, but then, it is unequal. So, take note, pag ang discriminant natin is a positive number, and it is a perfect square, the nature of our roots is real, rational, and unequal. Ngayon, subukan naman natin itong pangatlong equation natin. 2x squared minus 7x plus 4 is equal to 0. So again, let us identify the value of our a, b, and c. So our a is positive 2, our b is negative 7, and our c is positive 4. So the discriminant is equal to b squared minus 4ac. So b is negative 7 squared minus 4 times a times c. Okay? So negative 7 squared is positive 49. Then we have negative 4 times 2 is negative 8 times 4 is negative 32. So subtract natin, 49 minus 32 is 17. Tama ba? So 9 minus 2 is 7, 4 minus 3 is 1. So our discriminant is 17. So if the discriminant is positive and it is not a perfect square, 17 is not a perfect square. So since hindi siya perfect square, therefore the roots are real pa rin, pero this time it is an irrational number. Irrational yung root natin and still unequal. Okay? So ang difference dun sa second example natin and our third example is that pareho silang positive. Yun nga lang, ang discriminant natin na lumabas dun sa second example, which is 144, is a perfect square. Tapos dito, yung 17 na discriminant natin is not a perfect square. So, nagkaiba lang sila whether they are rational or irrational. So, take note, real and rational kung ang discriminant natin is positive and a perfect square. Pero pag positive pero hindi siya perfect square, you have real and irrational. Of course, pareho silang unequal yung roots. Okay? Next, we have this fourth example natin. Negative 2x squared plus 3x minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay? So, again, we are going to identify the value of our a, b, and c. So, ang a natin is negative 2. Our b is positive 3. And our c is negative 3. So, i-substitute natin itong values na to sa formula natin para sa discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. So, we have 3 squared minus 4 times negative 2 times negative 3. Okay? So, 3 squared is 9. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8 minus or times negative 3. So, we have negative ilan? 24. Tama? Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8 times negative 3. So, we have negative 24. Okay, so we have 9 minus 24, you have negative 15. So, since ang discriminant natin is negative, therefore, our roots is an imaginary root. So, we have no real root. Okay, so no real root. Take note, no real root pag ang discriminant natin is negative. Okay? So, to sum it up, pag ang discriminant natin is 0, the roots are real, rational, and equal. Okay? If our discriminant is positive, meron tayong dalawang conditions. If the discriminant is positive, pag perfect square, real, rational, and unequal. Pero pag ang discriminant natin positive pero hindi siya perfect square, you have real and irrational and unequal roots. RIU. Real, irrational, and equal. Pero pag ang discriminant natin is negative, NRR, we have no real roots. Okay?
Okay, so now let us consider some more examples. So determine the discriminant and describe the roots of the following quadratic equation. So we have here x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. So we identify the values of a, b, and c, wherein our a is 1, b is negative 4, and c is positive 4. So substitute them to the discriminant. So we have negative 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. So negative 4 squared is 16 minus 4 times 1 is negative 4 times 4. So you have negative 4. So we have negative 16. So 16 minus 16, our discriminant is 0. So therefore, the roots are RRE, or real, rational, and equal. Second example, we have x squared plus 7x plus 10 is equal to 0. So we identify the value of a, b, and c. So our a is 1, our b is 7, positive, and our c is positive 10. So we replace the values to the discriminant. So we have here 7 squared minus 4 times 1 times 10. So 7 squared is 49. Then we have negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times 10. So we have negative 40. So 49 minus 40 is positive 9. Since 9 is a perfect square, so therefore our roots are real, rational, and unequal. Okay, example number 3, we have x squared plus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. So again, we are going to identify the values of a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is 6, c is 3. So substitute ulit natin yan sa discriminant. So we have 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3. So 6 squared is 36, and negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times 3. So we have negative 12. So we have 36 minus 12. 36 minus 12 is 24. And 24 is not a perfect square. So therefore, the roots are RIU, real, irrational, and unequal. Fourth example, we have x squared plus 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So again, we identify the values of a, b, and c. So here, our a is 1, b is positive 2, and c is positive 5. So we substitute again to the discriminant. So we have 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5. So 2 squared is 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times positive 5. So we have negative 20. 4 minus 20 is negative 16. Since our discriminant is negative, therefore, it has no real root. Okay? So now it's your turn. Get your papers and pen ready. So determine the discriminant and describe the roots of the following quadratic equation. So before you start doing the activity, you may pause this video. Okay? You may pause this video and just continue to play if you're done answering. So, good luck! Okay, so did you get the answers correctly? Let us check your answers then. Okay? So, for number 1, our discriminant is 0. So, therefore, the nature of the roots is RRE, real, rational, equal. Number 2, the discriminant is positive 1. And 1 is a perfect square. So, therefore, we have RRU, real, rational, and unequal. Okay, number 3, the discriminant is 36. So, we have RRU, real, rational, and unequal roots. Number 4, we have the discriminant equal to negative 23. So therefore, we have no real root. Number 5, the discriminant is again negative. So we have negative 288. So therefore, we have no real root. And lastly, for letter D, the discriminant is 320. And 320 is not a perfect square. So therefore, we have real, irrational, and unequal roots. Okay? So, did you get the answers correctly? Wow, that's great. Continue learning then. That is all for now. Thank you and God bless.